All right, guys. Yep. God bless me. I just sneezed. But welcome back. And so across the market, a lot of strong stocks, right? And some of you guys are catching all the runs, which is great, and some might not be, which is fine. It happens. You sometimes think that all these stocks are running. Why is my position not running? But sometimes that's how it is. That's the market, right? Sometimes you might not believe that the market is going to go up, but then they create such a bearish sentiment in your mind, but in the following week they just completely rip it, right? And those that catch it, they catch it simple. Um, on the Tesla trade, LB and all you guys, congrats, you guys did great, right? And so today I want to go over some plays that I see which are high return potential plays. I haven't done any butterfly calls for a while. The reason was simple, because when something like this happens in the market, when a chop happens in this market, right? You can be right obviously, but it's very hard. So I try my best to avoid this certain chop if I can until I have a clear direction, right? When there's clear direction, our likeliness of being right increases, and they're likely to work. All right. So December was a very slow month for spreads and whatnot, right? But now that I have more clarity, it becomes easier, right? Because I want to give confirmed trades out. I don't want to give trades out just based on wild guessing that the market's going to rip here. It wasn't backed up by anything, right? After rates, now we got some confirmation. Market looks strong. Why not? Okay. SPY, obviously we closed at all-time highs yesterday, and for the year it looks like they're going to close it right near the all-time high. But do know one thing, JP Morgan, I don't know if you guys, how many people of you are on FinTwit and how much research you guys put in, but JP Morgan has a row that needs to go out by the end of the month, right? It's very advanced, right? A lot of reading has to be done, but you can search this on your own. JPN SPX row, right? Is this week. It's going to require a lot of work just even understanding what that means. Most of you guys will read it, you guys will have no idea what the hell is going on. But in September, that's something that caused this low, all right, right here. So I'm not saying it's going to happen this week, but it's just something out there that you should know or keep an eye out on. Okay, JPM roll, just go do the research and see where it is. All right, is their way of protecting their funds? Sometimes they go against the market or what they might be doing. That causes certain dips. All right, and it has to do with SPX. So that's something I highly recommend that you research your hard work. You'll learn more. SPY, shit. Right now we're near this range. I think 4,800 on SPX is not out of the question. 4,800, and it looks like a pin level by the end of the year. But don't just keep expecting SPY to keep going up now. They might consolidate here for 1-2 days. They might even take it up today, tomorrow. They might consolidate. Thursday might be red day. Friday they recover. I have no idea. But 4,800 seems like a pin level for Friday for now. All right. So that's something that you want to keep an eye out on for. All right. So SPY, I won't say much except longer term. If I zoom out, we're in a nice little uptrend, and for now it continues, and then we see in January what happens. All right. And this when MACD crosses like this, it's usually very bullish. All right, then the run usually keeps happening. So we might see something like this on SPX. There's action right here in April, so we might see a floating action like this. And Qs, same thing, goes up nice pre-market. We're near resistance. Above this, if we can hold, we continue higher. All right, NQ can break out and we see much, much higher, I think. So if I go on NDX, right, which is the NASDAQ index, longer term, nothing but bullishness. Now, as long as we break above these levels, we probably see higher on tech. And the MACD is, so this is also a very bullish sign. Can they fail this? Can they make this like a double, triple top? Of course they can, right? Some news have to hit though, right? So some sort of news will have to hit, some headline has to be made, and then that can be the case. But for now, longer term, play the levels, and we continue higher. It's simple. IWM, nice recovery here. We're back into this chop zone. It's still not playable in my opinion. 232 plus if we get, that will be the first signal to go into small caps. All right, RTY, if it gets 232 plus, or IWM or the Russell, right, 232 plus, that will be the first hint that small caps, the whatever stocks this index may hold, is time to pick them up, because many of them are discounted. And if 2022 happens to be their year, whenever those can pay high returns. And for those you don't have to play no options, nothing. For those you can simply just buy equity and hold. All right, you can allocate some of your equity into those. Now, some names that I do want to go over today, potential plays. Number one, I'll go over Facebook. I've already written this down for you guys, right? I worked out the math. And now, Facebook it broke out of this resistance. The reason I want to play butterfly calls on this is because why do I want to pay so much for the calls? Because the premium is kind of high on calls right now, and I don't want to pay that much money. Because 345 calls alone are going for $5, and Facebook's trading at 346. Just for me to break even on this one by Friday, Facebook has to have 350, and Facebook by any chance stalls here or comes revisits or even retests 336, 337. These calls will lose value by $3 or so. All right. So why am I gonna spend so much money on a weekly call on Facebook on a $5? All right, to get a double on this, Facebook has to go to like 353, 354, 355 today itself for these to be 10, right? Because they will not add too much premium to these because of the weekly expiry. So then I was thinking, how can I have a high return potential play on Facebook? Well, a butterfly call. So basically what I said to myself, let me look at the ranges where we might see a range. And I see Facebook tracking this level right here, roughly from this zone right here. If I point, butterflies takes a technique to select a certain range, roughly right here, right? And so here the range is roughly around 350, 351, 352 to the upside. Let's say Facebook rips today and tomorrow it consolidates. Wednesday might consolidate, Thursday might maybe consolidate, right? As long as it's trading around a 355 by Friday or even 345, these will go up by a lot. All right, so let's work out the math here. So number one, I am a buyer of 345. So it's a butterfly call. You buy a range. So here I basically bought this entire range on Facebook, right? So I'll work this out. I bought this entire range on Facebook. So 345 to 355. So I'm basically betting the Facebook's on by Fridays. It will be here. Now butterfly calls, you don't have to hold them until Friday. If Facebook even goes up $3-4 here today and you lock in this, these will even double. Today itself, they'll double faster than the calls alone. Okay, so butterfly call does not mean you have to hold it until Friday, but until Friday you can hold because the profit just keeps increasing every day, all right, on time decay. So anyhow, so I chose this range on Facebook. So what I did was I bought the 345 call. I bought one call, all right. I bought one call, and then I sold in between the two 350 calls, and I bought this range of 355. All right, now 355 range I bought. All right, so it's like a little thing. So 345 call is going for $5. 350 call is going for around $3. These numbers may change at the open, obviously. And then 355 was going for $1.80. All right, so and this worked out great because there's a lot of premium in the 355. I said to myself, I can take advantage of playing butterflies. So basically, the math is here. So $5 I pay for one call. 3 times 2, right? Because I'm selling 2 calls, so it's -3 because that's the money that you will receive, right? And then plus $1.80, which you pay for the 355 call. All right. So your total cost is 80 cents. $5 plus -6, which is -1. -1 plus 180. $0.80 is your max cost for this butterfly. Our max profit is $5 is the max profit. You take your mid strike, and then one of these other strikes you subtract, right? So you get that max profits. To understand more, obviously, please do go online, research butterfly calls. It will make more sense, all right? Because this will require work. It will require you to understand how the option pricing works, so you can work out the math, all right? So the max profits here are $5 minus 80 cents, which is $4.20. Now, in the morning, if you get the Facebook dip around here, if you get the dip around 345, if it comes to retest this level right here, roughly, I would say 342, 343, if it comes, right? You can get this range maybe for 50 cents. All right, they may fill you for 50 cents, even 40 cents. And if you get anything under 60 cents, that will be great because now, your return potential on this is almost 800%, I believe. All right, 700, 800%, whatever it may be. Okay. And let's say by Friday or by today itself, Facebook goes to 348 and you don't want to hold. You can easily sell this maybe for $1, all right? Or maybe by tomorrow, Facebook reaches this level and is likely not going to pass through. It's going to be here at this level. It's going to rain, right? Because this level, there's going to be a lot of fighting going on. For it to break through, there will be some selling here. There will be some resistance. And if it stays in this range here by Thursday, let's say, for example, these butterfly calls will be going for about $2, all right, by Thursday, I believe. Okay, anywhere in the range, right? And which is a 200% on its own. Even though these calls, all of them will lose value, but your butterfly will not lose value. Why? Let me quickly explain why. Let's say by Friday, Facebook closes at, just an example, 347. All right, just taking a random number. Well, you know what? Your 345 calls are worth $2. All right, because of the intrinsic value. Okay, because of the intrinsic value. Your 345 calls are worth $2, which if your entry was, let's say, 80 cents, so from 80 to 2, That's over, that's 150% right there. That's 150% profits. All right, even though the 345 calls went down, but because you worked out a strategy, you collected premium from the market, you're still 150% profits on the play. 350 calls will be zero. 355 will also be zero. But why do we care about these calls? Who cares? So we care about the overall strategy of cost, right? So that's one. And let's say Facebook was trading at maybe I don't know, 354, just an example, right? Well, the profits here will be roughly around a dollar 20 or dollar, right? How? 355 minus 354, so $1 worth at least your butterfly. You're still in profits, okay? If you don't understand this part, that's fine. I understand why you might be confused. That you can just go online and do research. All right, and if Facebook happens to be at 350, like it stays there by Friday, well, 345 calls will be minimum 5, and then even the 350s might hold a little bit premium at that time. You can probably sell these for $4 sometime on Friday and still nail a huge profits, right? So butterfly calls, please look at it. So Facebook was the first ticker. The rest, I'll just give you my strikes, but the math you can work out, you can learn. Here's something I've done, so you can we're on YouTube, you can watch this over and over again to understand if you don't get it. We do have some sessions on vertical call spreads which you can look and watch again to understand. The next ticker I have is Google. I do like Google to close near this range because it's the end of the year, right? They might take this, also the strikes is 2980 to 3040. So you're giving yourself this entire range, all right? The cost for this, I'll have to work it, so you're giving yourself this range for Google to close, all right? Even if it consolidates here, the returns on this can be huge because the premium's really high right now, and these butterflies, you can get them for cheaper, and I think this can be 1,000% play, all right? So the range here is, I'll just write it down, 2980, 3010, and 3040. All right, that's the range I have worked out with the resistance levels. I zoomed into the hourly obviously before giving you guys these ranges. I just don't come up with them. So 3010 around there is likely a pin level according to me or the what I think it might do. LRCX, I really like LRCX. I think this is the one that I'm gonna take out of all these. Personally, Facebook or this. The range I worked out here. Now yesterday I gave you guys fibs on this if you remember. So I just put my fibs on, right? 753 is the next level on this stock based on the Fibonacci levels, all right? 753. So on the weekly, right? If I go on the weekly, I'll show you guys. My next level here on the fibs is 753. All right, this chart I posted. So this week we're likely gonna close near 750 based on the fibs. Can it fail? Of course it can. It can just stall here all week. All right, they don't have to be correct, but sometimes we get that pull. All right, so I'll go back on the daily now, and here the ranges that I chose were 730, 745, 760. Now I do expect LRCX to close above 730 this week. Even if it closes at 735, 740, or if it pins 745, 750, these will go up 1,000%. These are trading for really cheap right now. All right, 730 calls are going for about $7, I think, and then 745s have a lot of premium, and then 760 are going for less. So this butterfly will actually cost you less, and the potential on this will be huge. This is the one that I will probably take today. So LRCX is definitely on my radar because I do see LRCX around 735, 740 by Friday. All right, so this is another ticker. Then I have NVIDIA. On NVIDIA, I will not do a butterfly call. I will simply just do vertical calls, which are the return potential on these is not high, but I mean they're safer. I think 315, 320. All right, and these, if you get them around $1.50, I'd buy. All right, with max profits of 5. Okay. Now on this, one thing that you guys need to understand, everything I'm explaining is to the upside. If the market takes a dip and if this becomes the top, Monday becomes the top, then these are all gone, all right? So know these things, that does not mean go heavy, but these are high return potential plays. If the market stays strong, the sentiment it has given us, these plays will pay a lot, all right? And personally, LRCX I'll be taking, so that I will alert. NVIDIA, I like it, so 315, 325 range I chose. If you can get this for under $1.50, you can buy it. This is a vertical call spread, not a butterfly, so you're buying the 315, you're selling the 320, all right? And then we have Tesla. For Tesla, right here, this resistance zone I'm betting on, right? Roughly around this level right here, a lot of choppiness right here. All right, Tesla, a lot of choppiness in this range. and and this is another one that I might take. So here I'll just write the strikes down for this. 1130, 1150, 1170 is what I would play on this. All right. 1150 looks like a pin. Now Tesla obviously can go out of this range if it's strong. If it goes higher, then obviously it goes out. But this range I'm expecting 1130, 1150, 1170 for it to flag here. Maybe if it wants to break up our next week. All right. This range can also pay, I think, at least 800, 900% on the butterfly calls. Okay. So these were my 5 picks, guys, for high return potential plays. And now just some individual stocks that I'll go over. Apple looks great. I think we get all-time highs now, and then we probably continue higher. All right, above 176 sold, all-time highs and blue skies. So as long as we continue staying above this 146 level, it might even flag here, and then we rip higher. But today we just continue higher, in my opinion. And this is very bullish on this. Bitcoin stocks, BTC, USDT. We caught this run in our crypto chat. It's absolutely free if you're listening. There's no charge, nothing. Right, I've been making a lot of trades lately on it. We caught this entire run. I took out my profits in trading, and now let's see what it does. Right, I mean, you don't want to force trades on Bitcoin stocks. Mara and all these stocks were in play on Friday, but now if crypto takes another dips and comes below the 50 MA, then we probably see lower. All right. In another argument, a cup and handle pattern can be formed here. Right, it's in the works. Does it work out? Let's see. All right, but for BTC, it needs to go above 51, 52 for us to play Bitcoin stocks. Many of you guys were playing coin. I saw on FinTwit, but now it's going to be down on pre-market. Coin reacts a lot to crypto. Just know this. All right, it reacts a lot to crypto. It's back into this zone. All right. So on pre-market, it's back into the zone. The day coin starts breaking out of this, that will probably be a bull sign for crypto as well. All right, and I think that's all it. Year end is strong. Right. Personally, I'll share my entire year's what I've done this year, good, bad. I'll share everything to you guys with very transparent reasons, right? How I performed over the year, and I hope I'm able to teach you guys and share my knowledge with a lot of you guys. And you guys are putting in all the hard work, and just end the year strong. That's it, right? If you're up nice for the year, you don't have to trade. Just chill, right? I mean, manage your portfolio for the next year. Get prepared. There are a lot of stocks which are discounted. Do they run in 2022? That's your research. That's up to you. How much work you put in, right? And we will always be here, obviously helping. But the session that I will do in the first week of Jan it will be a detailed session on the stocks that I personally believe may run in 2022 and which are good equity plays. All right. So that's something that you guys can keep an eye on. And with this, I'll see you guys back in the chat, and we'll be live on voice chat today. See you guys.